Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I guess you all noticed what's happening with the stock market past couple of days. The economy is going down a few percentage points, more like 10-20%, huh? I decided to talk about the stock market once again, and I wanted to talk about dividends, stocks, and individual stocks, because the past couple of days I've been online and listening to different YouTubers and how they evaluate the stock market and what they believe or think are a way to make a decent amount of money by investing in individual stocks. Now, I've been investing for over 12 years, and when I first started, I actually was invested in individual stocks. Majority of my portfolio was individual stocks, and as over time, as I was doing this, I started realizing that 9 times out of 10 with individual stocks, I wasn't making that much money with them. And many reasons why is because, one, the stocks were a little bit too expensive to buy, which wouldn't allow you to be able to have a large amount of stocks or shares in the company. And I started noticing over time with these individual stocks that if it had a dividend, it would pay you maybe on average maybe $4 or $5, And over time I started realizing, individual stocks, one end you can buy into these stocks, but when you buy into them, you're kind of limited to amount of shares because it's so expensive. Like, for example, I was just online and one of the YouTubers mentioned something about Amazon. And first of all, if you're a new investor, just thinking about buying a share in Amazon will be kind of like unrealistic, especially when it's almost $2,000 a share. It went down a few percentage points, but it's still up there. And another YouTuber said that it's a good investment because you can get 10% off of the $2,000. And I was like, okay, you can get $200 off of Amazon if it went up 10%. But what about the last previous days when it went down 10, 20, almost 30%? So what does that mean for you? Does that mean that you just lost 10, 20%? And what, you're going to wait until the market change? How long is that going to be? What if it goes down another 10% and then another 20%? Are you still going to weigh it out? Especially when you're not getting anything on the back end. And that's why I mentioned dividends versus individual stocks, because if you invest in dividends, even when it goes up or down, they pay you a dividend for investing in their company. So for example, say it don't go up 10%, it went down 10%, but yet if this company has a dividend and a substantial amount of dividend, especially each month, so guess what, you get that on the back end, and then for example, you decide, this dividend, I don't really need it right now. I can go ahead and invest that back into the company. Hey, that's a win-win, right? So you get a chance, an opportunity to reinvest that dividend back into that company. So that means you own even more shares. And then on top of that, if it went down, guess what? If you have some money sitting around, okay, in your account, you could take that money, and on top of that, get more shares of that particular company you invested in that has dividends, all right, and get it at a discount. So it's a win-win either way. It goes up, it's a win. It goes down, it's a win. If you have dividends, it's all three ways. You're making money, opposed to just getting a 10% off of Amazon and you only own one share, where you can take $2,000 and own about 100, 200, 300 shares of a company, and that gives you even more money than just 10% invested in Amazon. Okay, I remember when I first started out, I had over 20 some individual stocks. I had Microsoft, I had Facebook, I had AT&T. That was the dividend, but it was, I mean, the percentage wasn't that high. So AT&T, Verizon, Coca-Cola. All right, so the list goes on and on and on. And these companies have been around for years. I mean, these are good. Don't get me wrong. Amazon is a great company. Microsoft is a great company. Facebook is a great company. But a lot of these companies don't have dividends. I mean, the stock is too expensive. So it doesn't give you an opportunity to buy as many of the shares, or Buffett would say, companies. All right. So over time, I started realizing, you know what? Having over 20 some odd individual stocks and paying so much for the price of these different stocks, and I'm only making like $4, $3 a month, and when I'm first started, that was very exciting to me, as a beginner investor. Like, wow, okay, I'm making a few dollars here and there. All right, I'm excited. I got these companies that, I have Microsoft, I have Facebook. I mean, I'm really excited. But I started realizing, I'm not in the business of investing to make these companies more wealthier. I'm in the business to make myself more wealthier. So I won't be able to make wealth if I'm only getting $3 or $4 a month. I need to be making a couple $100, a couple $1,000 if I can, So that's when I started changing the way that I invest. I had to restructure and say to myself, you know what? Let's try something different. Okay, I know some of these stocks I have that are dividends, that they pay me maybe a month, quarterly, annually. Just imagine if I start downsizing, okay, start selling some of these stocks and just start investing this money into maybe 2 or 3 stocks instead of over 20 some odd stocks. Let me see, would it change? And lo and behold, when I did that and limit myself to 2 or 3 stocks and started putting more of that money into those stocks that were dividends, guess what happened? And this was every month. Guess what happened? I started making even more money. I started making more money because, one, okay, I was paying less than $100 per share for a company. I was putting more money into that particular company. All right, so I was able to not only make more money, but also have more of a control of the investment that I had, because it wasn't so overwhelming when I had over 20 some odd stocks. It's so hard to watch what's going up, what's going down. And, so when I start narrowing it down and start investing more into those particular stocks, that's when I started making more money. Okay, now you have individuals who may say, you know what, dividends, ETFs, they're not that diverse. Okay, so you mean to tell me individual stocks are more diverse? I don't think so. Okay, I can tell you one thing right now, with the stock market going down, guess what? On the back end, I still make money. Okay, when it's going down. All right, so when it's go up or down, I'm still getting paid. So on top of that, right now it's much cheaper. So as I get more money transfer over to my account, then I can take that money and buy the stocks that I have for a much cheaper price. So it's a win-win all the way around for me. Okay, so think about it. Next time you invest, or next time you look at your portfolio, think about it. Is it some of these stocks, especially individual stocks, can I get rid of, especially when they cost so much? Maybe I could take that money and put it into a much smaller company that has stocks for much cheaper and have a dividend. Maybe I can see that start to grow a little bit more for me, where I can have a more amount of money that can be used to invest. So think about that. Okay, so make sure to make a comment at the bottom, and if you agree or disagree, let me know. Maybe we can have a discussion. Make sure to hit that bell, and make sure to destroy that like button and become a subscriber to my channel, because without you, there's no me. So until then, have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy.